Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, the game sucked, but there were a lot of commercials. I actually thought some of them were decent. So Lee and I are here to review the commercials during the Super Bowl. Let's start with this one. It was the NFL commercial where all of a sudden in the middle of it, all the players there start trying to dive on the football. Did you enjoy it?
I love this one, yes, to see Montana try to throw to Jerry Rice before Deion picks it off there. All of this was a lot of fun. There was so much more action in this commercial than in the first half of the game.
I totally agree with you. This, to me, was one of the coolest parts. You got to see all these names. You're like, oh, look, there's that guy. I haven't seen him in forever. I thought this was maybe the best one of the night. Even Emmitt Smith with a gray beard to make you feel old.
Peyton was great, and Peyton talking about he's sore right there because he's older. All of this. I loved it. Great
job on that one. Now, our next one was a beer commercial for Stella Artois, which is one of Lee's favorite drinks. I love this. It took two famous characters, Carrie from Sex and the City, and then the dude from Big Lebowski, and they came in and ordered a different drink.
Right, because they're Carrie, known for the Cosmopolitan, the dude, of course, the White Russian.
Exactly.
But they didn't order that.
And then the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah, he was in there.
How about him turning on the Dos Equis?
Well, they got rid of him. So it's kind of like that Verizon situation where that kid, can you hear me now? He's doing something different. So this, I like this.
I love this.
This was a good job.
And those are two great characters. Like you got the one for the woman, and then the dude. I love the dude.
Me too.
I love it. Now, speaking of another commercial that had to do with some product, I didn't like this one. I don't even know what this was for, but the idea was you don't like chunky milk. This nearly made me vomit.
Well, it's a Mint Mobile commercial.
So
it has nothing to do with a food product and people chewing milk. Yeah, that was nasty.
Look at that. That literally, I was watching this at home and nearly vomited.
Unless you're a 15-year-old boy, you're not really going to find this funny, I don't think.
Well, it made me sick. I don't know about funny. Mint Mobile, I don't even know what it is.
I don't either.
But I'm actually protesting it. Now, the next one, I love this one. This was for Hyundai, and it was Jason Bateman, and he was taking an elevator to places you wouldn't want to go, like a vegan dinner party with beet loaf. And also then he notes we don't like car shopping, so you can buy a Hyundai on the computer. I thought this was very good.
Yeah, this was the most underrated. I don't think it got a lot of play. A lot of people talked about it, but it was so well done the way they set the joke up here.
Yes, you're a comedian. You liked how they set it up.
I loved how they set it up.
By the way, Jason Bateman. You talk about a dude who no one thought would have a career, and then all of a sudden, I like everything he does, right?
He's Mr. Comedy Actor now. Yeah.
And and Ozark, which is on Netflix, is actually really good. So I like that one a lot. Now, this one was controversial. The Burger King Andy Warhol commercial. This is clearly video from like the 80s of Andy Warhol eating a Burger King sandwich. It really was nothing but him looking at it and then tasting it. What did you make of this one?
I couldn't figure. First off, I thought, is this CG'd? Is that really Andy Warhol? Then I determined it was Andy Warhol, and I assumed this was some sort of art piece that he was going to do where he just filmed himself eating a hamburger.
Yes.
Burger King grabs the rights to it and uses that as a commercial.
But how many people do you think even know who Andy Warhol is anymore?
Not too many.
I mean, you and I do.
Yeah.
A lot of people really were angry about this commercial. I just thought it was sort of strange. It didn't,
very odd.
But maybe they get people to eat like Andy, and there you go. You didn't like it. All right, let's go to the next one. I love this one. The local commercial from the heavy hitter. Every year he puts in a big one. This one, he was Iron Man, and he was coming to take on big insurance. It's high tech, it's exciting, and it's Daryl.
What was Daryl's pre-shoot physical regimen? Is what I wanted. Because you know all these big-time movie actors have to get in shape. What was Daryl doing before he could become a superhero, you think?
I don't know. Do you like the costume, though, Daryl's wearing?
Again, he does the best ads.
He does.
Daryl does better than anybody.
And you know what? He puts a lot of money into them as well.
Yeah,
and so
very expensive to make.
People are very excited when they see a Daryl Isaacs ad. They really are. And then the final one, we think the best commercial of the night was a Bud Light commercial that starts as one of your normal little dilly and all that stuff, and then turns into, Lee, Game of Thrones with Mountain. I don't watch the show, but I'm told his name is Mountain. Coming in and destroying the Bud Light guy.
He literally kills him. I love a company that will sacrifice their product for the joke. And so I read the backstory on this. It was actually HBO looked for a product to sell their Game of Thrones promo. They went to Bud Light. They sold Bud Light on it and said, this is what we want to do. Bud Light tried to soften it, and Game of Thrones people said, no, we're dark. If you want to be with us, we got to kill people.
And I like it.
I do too. I loved it.
I thought it was great. Good for you to Bud Light for doing it. And then with Game of Thrones, you rarely see something like that. I thought it was the best one.
I loved it. My favorite.
So Lee and I both say best one. Chunky milk, worst one?
No, worst. worst?
Worst. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, more here on Hey Kentucky.